I'm Melinda Allison Kelly Covington from Kentucky, second wife of Robert Dockery Covington, who was asked in 1857 by Brigham Young to lead a group of 28 families to southern Utah, following 10 families led by Samuel Adair to establish the Cotton Mission. In April of 1978, it was added to the Register of Historic Places. The Covington home is the oldest surviving home in Washington County. It is now open for live group tours upon appointment to keep the history alive and remember the sacrifice, strength, and spirit they had to endure.
Washington was founded in the May of that year. The city was named after the first president of the United States, President George Washington. On May 7, 2004, the city dedicated the Washington City Monument Plaza. This Monument Plaza serves as a reminder of the price and sacrifice the early cotton missionaries paid to establish Washington City, birthplace of Utah's Dixie. Walking through these bronze statues and cameos, one can feel love for the early settlers. The old rock schoolhouse that stands right behind this monument plaza has 4 rooms. Grades 1st through 8 attended this school, 2 grades with 1 teacher in each of the 4 rooms. It was built in 1909. The first graduating class in 1911 was a class of 8 girls and no boys because they had to work on the farm. This building is now the Washington City Museum. All 4 rooms are full of pioneer artifacts. We have a wall to honor our Washington City World War II veterans. From our little town, 104 veterans served their country during World War II. Washington City commissioned a bronze statue at Veterans Park. Each year we have a veterans program honoring our vets.
Hi, my name is Mike Harless, and I am the president of the Washington City Historical Society. The Washington Cotton Factory began construction in 1865. It was completed in December of 1866, which consisted of the warehouse and cotton gin building. In 1867, it officially opened its doors, and by 1870, there were several additions. A second and third floor was added, which gave the wool and silk industry a place for business. And then the West Wing was also added that became the ZCMI store and the Washington Ward Co-op. It continued to operate until 1910 when it was officially closed. In 1986 it was restored and then it was purchased in 1998 by Star Nursery, which serves the public today. The Relief Society Hall, which is in Washington, Utah, was originally built of adobe in 1875, and it served as a Washington Ward Co-op store and was one of the first mulberry tree orchards for the silk industry in the area. Shortly after that, the west wing of the Relief Society Hall was built so that the Relief Society Sisters of the Washington Ward could have a place for meetings and service-oriented events. In 1920, Calvin Hall built a general store of his own, which allowed the Relief Society Hall women of Washington use the Relief Society Hall in a greater capacity as a hospital, funeral parlor, World War I, World War II, civil aid, and anything else that served the community. In 1970, the building was used for the volunteer fire department, city council meetings, and other community activities. In 1996, it was renovated by the Washington City Historical Society and now serves the community for multiple civic purposes.
Please visit all of the historical sites in Washington City to learn about the crossroads we are at as we transition from a farming community to now being the #1 small city in America for new businesses.